You say Titania, I say Saturn. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 5 of Star Fox 64. Last time we went over all the possible ways that Sector X can go. So today, really only one straight course of action to do. We gotta save Slippy, because no matter what you do, that is basically the plot of Titania. You can literally only go to Titania via Sector X. You know? Just saying. Anyway, let's go!
What are you doing? It's too dangerous there.
I can't leave Slippy hanging.
Good luck.
Deploy the Landmaster.
Alright, here we go. We are entering the Landmaster. You know, the Landmaster. So, the Landmaster is the Star Fox equivalent of a tank. Once again, you are basically on rails. This thing cannot go into all range mode. So, let's do it. Let's do this. We gotta destroy all these, like, four-legged creatures. And, of course, Falco is being a dick about slips. Now, this can get a little bit tricky to control. Because, you know, the Landmaster feels a whole lot different from the R-Wing in various ways. You can still do all sorts of things like boost, barrel roll, and all that. But you can also hover. You used Z or R or ZL and R to hover. And, yeah, it can get a little bit tricky. Like, if you're not used to it. Obviously, there's button mapping, so you can just do that if you want to. But I'm going with this the way the Switch Online intended, so, you know, if that happens, then, you know, if I'm wrong about the controls being good, then kill me. Anyway, let's keep on shooting. So, unfortunately, the hover doesn't really stay on for too long. It can only really go for like a few seconds, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing. Like, I wish it could hover more, which is why I'm actually very thankful about Star Fox Zero, like, slightly fixing up the Landmaster controls a little bit. Like, you can hover for so much longer. Plus you can transform the Landmaster into like a hovercraft for a little bit in that game, so that's cool. But this is the way it originally intended, so we're gonna just do that.
Don't be dead.
Don't be dead. Yeah, don't be dead. He was basically trying to say don't be dead, Slip, but you know. We all know he ain't dead. We all know he ain't dead. Because there are multiple continuities in which everything can go. There we go. I didn't lose a guy. Oh, and by the way, I should probably mention this right here and right now. If you want to get a medal, then not only do you have to get the high score on the level, you also have to make sure that none of your teammates' ships get too damaged, or rather, you know, your teammates don't get incapacitated. Because if they do get incapacitated, then you won't be able to get your medal.
You okay? Hold together just a bit further.
Ah! I'm hit!
Is that you, Slippy? I'll be there soon. Slippy!
I knew you'd come help me. Ah!
Spock. Take out his arms, Spock.
Alright, we gotta save Slip from this monster. So basically shoot out the arms first. Falco! He's captured right now. Shoot out its arms first off. The one that doesn't contain Slip, obviously. And then that's when Slippy will be freed and will analyze the boss's health for you. Once you shoot out all the arms, go for the chest, just like Peppy says. This guy obviously really isn't that bad. He really isn't too hard. Because all you literally have to do is just to keep on shooting his chest until he dies. Literally one of the easiest things in the world.
All aircraft report.
I thought I was goner.
We're always saving your hide, Slip. I'm sure he's learned his lesson. When we get back, we'll head to Venom.
And there we go. We're almost to Venom on the easy path. Gotta go through Bo, and then we'll get to V. So, since that ended up being a little bit shorter than expected, let's, you know, create a restore point, obviously, because that's the way things go. Then we'll reset the game. And then we are going to, we'll talk about some things that you can do in the options, since that was like a really short video. A really short level where there's only like one outcome. So, obviously, like I said, you can change the sounds if you want to. You can test out to see if the sound mixing is to your liking. And as for data, there's really only one option, which is to clear your save data, which I'm like, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Another thing that you can do is multiplayer. You can go for a point match, which is basically just like it sounds. Get the most kills and then you win. A battle royale, the last person standing, or time trial. So you can go through a time trial essentially. Wait, can you actually legitimately do this? Because like I never. Is this actually with computers? Like, is this actually with computers or not? Holy crap, you can. I mean, obviously there's nothing here since that's not really that exciting, but yeah. This is the multiplayer component for Star Fox 64. Up to 4 players can shoot each other in matches, or rather, up to 1 person, meaning me, can just literally, you know, fly around all himself, flying around the multiplayer map, show you what's what. Obviously, this would be way more exciting with some other players, but literally, I'm the only one who plays video games in my house. So, I don't know. So, you know, it's all down to me to play video games and to show off all the multiplayer, all the features, including, like, multiplayer. So, very clearly, you can see very clearly you can see that you have two options of vehicles. You can either go in the R-Wing or you can go in the Landmaster. You can go up to 5-point matches, and you can select either Sector Z or Corneria as your stage. I wonder if you can... No, you can't actually. Yeah, you can't actually... You can't actually use the Landmaster in this because this is all space. Now, obviously, if there were other players, they would be on the top left, and bottom right of the screen. But since I'm the only one actually showing you any of this, then it's just me. The white blips on your radar indicate weapon power-ups. So it can either be a laser or it can be a bomb. So that is all well and good. And I just remembered I still gotta show off the Landmaster because I don't think I've ever seen the Landmaster in that. In you know, the Corneria. So I'm gonna go for the Landmaster here. And oh geez, okay. So I'm moving this on my own. Yeah, I'm moving this on my own. So, and how does this control so much better than in the main game? I mean, obviously, like, there's not any, like, bumps anywhere, and no, like, kills or anything like that, but holy shit. Dude. Dude. I mean, you can still do all the same sort of actions that you can do, but Jesus Christ. Why does this feel so good to... Oh my god. How does this feel so good to control without the bumps and everything? Like, obviously, you still need to aim with the Landmaster, but this is... Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked that that's even a thing. That's even a thing at all. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. that was something. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. And yeah, multiplayer is just basically what it is. I don't have anybody else to play with me. So, you know, play it for friends if you want to. I mean, it is online with NSO Online, but I highly doubt that you want to use the online because I've heard, you know, the horror stories about the latency and lag and everything. It's just like, bleh. And I suppose the last thing I could talk about in order to pad out the video is the remake. Star Fox 64 3D is the 3DS remake that was released in 2012, I want to say. Yeah, 2012, I want to say. And as a remake, it is pretty good. I mean, on the original hardware, you couldn't really save your progress. Because, let's face it. On the original hardware, on the original N64 hardware, once you were on that path, if you turned your system off, or if you suffered a power outage, you know what? Pfft, say goodbye to your progress, because that's a whole night for you. That was the real stuff back then. Now we have restore points or suspend points. So technically you have 4 slots to save your progress on. You know, we have it so much easier these days. And Star Fox 64 3D also had, you know, the quick save option where you could save between every single level. And speaking of which, this remake was developed by Grezzo, which, if you don't know who they are responsible for the Ocarina of Time 3DS version and the Majora's Mask 3DS version. So those devs obviously know how to remake N64 visuals on the, you know, 3DS hardware. And it definitely looks better than the N64 version, I have to say. Not only that, but the control has also been, well, the control of the remake also feels pretty much almost like it did on the original hardware as well, so that's also a plus. But here comes the thing though. Here comes the point of contention. They also rearranged the soundtrack a little bit. So yeah, there's no option to listen to the original soundtrack, which if you heard the sound font before, then you've obviously played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and Super Mario 64. But mostly Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, because this sound font is the same. And they rearranged the soundtrack, which the 3DS remakes of the N64 Zeldas didn't. And, you know, either you like it or either you don't like it. Personally, I do like the rearrangements a little bit. Obviously, we're way too early into, like, the video game to say what my favorite rearrangements are, obviously. But I gotta take a listen to the rearrangements. It's been a while. But I do remember liking them a little bit. Not only that, but they also re-recorded the lines from the using the original cast. So you have like Mike West as Fox returning and so on and so forth. And they pretty much deliver the lines, not really like all ultra realistic and serious, you know. They basically stick with the original lines and the way they're delivered as closely as possible as they possibly can. And I gotta commend them for that. I'll show you an example in a little bit. But like the big difference is that the sound quality of their voices is actually improved. So it doesn't sound like, you know, you're speaking on like a communicator or something. I do miss that a little bit in the 3DS remake. I do miss that a little bit. But there is no denying that they did make it sound like they're speaking on like a screen or something. So I gotta give them at least that. So here, I'll show you a little bit of a comparison.
I cannot allow you to go any further. I'm no match for you. I admit defeat. I can't believe I lost to this scum!
I cannot allow you to go any further. I'm no match for you. I admit defeat. I can't believe I lost to this scum!
And there you go. There you go. So that's the comparison for you. And yeah, I say if you ever find, if you have a 3DS, then I would say get Star Fox 64 3D. I would say it's a pretty good remake. Pretty good remake, if I do say so for myself. I know, again, it's very early, but I have to pad out the video with information, man. Anyway, that will about do it. So next time on Star Fox 64, we are going to bow. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.